All right, I think we're ready. But before we get started, do one thing for me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's do this. Welcome to Wine Diplomat. I'm Eureka, and today we are going to talk about buying a wine solely because of the points that it got from a review, from a critic, or a magazine. And today we have a really good treat for you. I love Malbec. It's one of the grapes we haven't talked about a lot on this channel. And today we are going to pick up a wine that I saw because of big these two stickers right here, and that is Trivento Golden Reserve Malbec out of Luyan de Cuyo in Mendoza, Argentina. Mendoza, Argentina is a region that is kind of come into its own because of the growth of Malbec as a international superstar now. Malbec is a grape that was pretty much forgotten in France. I mean, they kind of would blend it in Bordeaux a little bit, but for the most part, it was really only made in like the Loire Valley and like Cahors and kind of forgotten. And Malbec's always been like, the underdog grape. Malbec's always been not like its big brother Cabernet Sauvignon, right? So it's traveled around the world a bit and it's found a new home in Argentina, and it has become one of the most widely grown grapes in Argentina. Specifically, the Mendoza region has been like the perfect place for it to grow. It's the best climate. It's the best. It just seems to be that terroir is where it thrives. But the future of Malbec looks bright too. Winemakers in Oregon, winemakers in Washington, and in California here in the States, they're starting to grow a little bit of Malbec or have the Malbec to blend in with their Bordeaux varietals like Merlot or Cabernet. So, well, the reason we're here is because this has two big numbers on it. That is a 92 point rating from Tim Atkin, who is a master of wine. And James Suckling gave it 93 points. So you can see that here. So what we'll do is I'll pour myself a glass. We'll get into what I think about the wine, but before we do that, let's hear from the wine critics themselves what they thought of Trivento Golden Reserve Malbec. Aromas of flavor and tar, blackberries and raspberries, full body, soft and round tannins, and a flavorful finish. Rich, punchy wine, but not overdone. 93 points. James Suckling. Fresh and fragrant nose of lavender, balsamic, plums, thyme, black pepper, and sweet black cherries. Nice crunchy graphite texture with a lovely core of fruit concentration supported by a lively acidity. Smart and delicious. 97 points. Decanter Magazine. Whoa. 97 points from Decanter, 93 points from Suckling. I mean, this is high praise for this wine. So I'm excited. There was a lot of tasting notes in there, right? What I'm expecting out of Malbec is I'm expecting it to be like an inky black, pitch black, dark color to the fruit. I expect it to be a little higher in alcohol. Malbec sometimes will have a little peppery note on the finish, but definitely we're looking for blackberries, plum flavors, those kind of like deeper, darker, more extracted fruit flavors there. With this being so highly rated, I'm also hoping that it has like a good mixture of the velvety tannins that kind of grip your tongue and take it for a ride, but also that don't they're not overbearing with the flavor. So I should get fruit, I should get tannins. It might be a little bit of oak, it might be a little bit of uh, peppery spices, things like that. But I'm excited. This is we're gonna have some fun here. So without further ado, let's pour this in the glass here. All So we'll get a swirl here. We'll get some action right there. So you can see on this camera here, this is a nice, like, deep, dark garnet red. Um, if I hold it up into the light here, you cannot see through the wine. It is very, very dark. Even when I'm swirling here, it's not inky purple, but it's very dark, like darker than brick red. I mean, it's definitely not translucent at all. Let's get in here. So, smells a little hot. It smells like it's got some alcohol into it, and it is confirmed to be. It's on the front label. Oh. So what we're looking for is I'm looking for alcohol by volume, and so yep, it says it right here at the bottom. Alcohol 14% by volume. But depending on the laws of the place, that can actually be higher or lower. Usually within 1%. I kind of think this is on the little higher side. I mean, 14% is still, for on average for a red wine, is on the higher side, but for a Malbec, it's kind of in that same range you'd expect from Cabernet or Merlot. Yeah, you definitely get a floral aroma here. Like I mean, they kind of pinpointed it as lavender. I don't. I'm not as fluent with my herbs and things that I should be here, but definitely smells like a little bit of what I call cigar box. It's got a little bit of smoke. It's got a little bit of wood. It's got good floral aromas, and it's complex too. I mean, we've had this open for maybe about 30 minutes, so it's good. Some of those things are breaking down here. It's not unpleasant, I'll tell you that. All right, let's dig back into it. Really, really, really judge it. Very good balance. What I was expecting with a highly rated wine like this, it does have a lot going on at the same time, but one thing isn't overbearing or overpowering another. I don't quite get plums and blackberries, what I was expecting. I'm getting black cherries. I'm getting more cranberry raspberry. I think that's only because of the good acidity. It's got a good acidic backbone to it. It's, but it doesn't just taste um, like it doesn't taste like cherry cola or vanilla or something like that that has like a lot of vanillin extracted from an oak barrel, or if they did like a winemaking technique called malolactic fermentation, that would give it more of a kind of a richer, rounder mouthfeel to it. I think this has just spent some time in barrels. It's a little more bolder than I would expect from like a French Malbec. If you're a fan of, Sonoma County Cabernet Sauvignon, if you're a fan of Paso Robles, if I'm trying to think of like maybe Dow would be a good example of this, where it's not the kind of red wine that just tastes like cherries and chocolate. I mean, this has it's got all that fruit, but it has a good tertiary backbone to it. Like the acidity isn't overbearing, but if I had this with a steak, like I kind of want a fatty, like New York strip or like a porterhouse or something that's gonna have good marbling to it, something that I can get that fat in there, and go really well with these tannins that are like they're sticking in my mouth and they're like, oh yeah, this is to be fair, I kind of expected this to be a letdown. 93, 92 points for the price point. Josh, where's the receipt? I think we paid 18.99 for it. He's looking over here. He's got the receipt. 18.99 is what we paid for this wine. So, with that, uh, kind of under 20 bucks for it to be this complex. This is solid. This is what we're trying to do here. I was led in the right direction with these guys. I mean, I would have just picked this up just because of the stickers telling me this is a good wine. And now that I've tasted it, yeah, I'm like I'm loving it. It's um I'm thinking this is going to be good right out of the bottle. This isn't a wine I would decant. I wouldn't necessarily put this. I mean, it's already 4 years old. For 18.99, I think this is a bottle you open up, you pour right in a couple glasses for you and your friends or whoever you're having dinner with, and you just have some fun. This isn't a wine I would do by itself, though. I would have food with it. There isn't a lot of the um, there's not a lot of sweet fruit flavor or anything like that. I would want this with some steak, some potatoes, some grilled vegetables. I'm already like visioning. I'm already like looking at the plate like in my brain here, because this wine does need a little bit of a call and response with some food. It's um, it's definitely not. It's a very dry wine. The tannins are there, and they're making me salivate for more. Um, and so if I had a fat or something to kind of go with this acidity and these tannins, um, it would be music and lyrics, and that's what we're looking for here. I think we're gonna start doing that. I think we're gonna introduce some food in these videos at some point. But overall, man, I am very excited for this Trivento Golden Reserve Malbec from Lujan de Cujo. I had to teach myself how to actually say that because sometimes I'm ignorant with how I'm saying some of these French and Spanish words, so please bear with me. But uh, yeah, when you're walking down the wine aisle, sometimes this is going to steer you the right way, and in this case, I got everything I wanted out of it, man. Well, thank you, Tim Atkin. Thank you, James Suckling. Thank you, Decanter Magazine, for pointing me in the right direction. Um, why don't you try a Malbec sometime? You know, if you go out and you grab this for less than 20 bucks, give it a shot. If there's another Malbec that you enjoy, drop that in the comments. And while you're there, hit that little like button, hit that little subscribe button, and why not share this with some friends? If you know somebody who maybe just getting into wine or they want to expand their wine knowledge, that's what we try to do every single Friday. So for Trivento Golden Reserve Malbec, it gets a cheers for me. For all of us here at Wine Diplomat, we thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this. So we raise a glass to you, and we'll see you next Friday with another wine video. Cheers, guys.
You need the steak with cooked in the butter.
Wait. Say that again.
The steak cooked in the butter.
Okay.
With this wine.
Ooh, steak cooked in butter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you're making me hungry. With keep talking that dirty talk. What else? Ooh, what's a side dish?
Mushrooms.
Like, okay. Ooh, is there a sauce on there?
No, there's not a sauce on the mushrooms.
Come on.